I'm currently in, I guess you could say, north of Dearborn, Michigan. Detroit is that way. It's cold here. It's probably 15 degrees, and I'm behind a gate. This is called the Oasis. You would never know that this was here unless you've looked it up on Google Maps and was wondering why all these trucks are parked here. So I dropped off my steel rod today, and that went smoothly. I got my next assignment like right away, but it doesn't pick up until 9:30 in the morning, and it delivers on Monday at 10 in Kansas City, Missouri. So I'll be driving home tomorrow. This may be the only safe spot to park, but it's going to cost me money. It's one of the few times I'll be paying for parking in these cities I don't trust. There's like no I don't know. I'm not familiar with this area, and it would take more research. I guess I could do that right now and save myself the cost of parking here, but I've kind of resolved that I'm going to be parking here. It looks like it's supposed to snow tomorrow, so hopefully I get out of here before that starts. That's one of the benefit again of these curtains. Is that they block out the sun. Okay, so 2 days ago, was it 2 days ago? I woke up, and I may have discussed this on a previous video. My truck did not start. They ended up replacing 4 batteries, and my deck is empty right now. They replaced 4 batteries, and everything worked great. And then that night when I was parked and it got down to 10 degrees, my bunk heater, well, actually none of the environmental controls worked in the back of my truck. If I drove my truck or turned on my truck, the environmental controls up front, they work. One of the buttons we can utilize is this, which you activate it when the truck is on, and it whatever you're doing up front, it will also do in the bunk area. Well, even that was not working. So when I parked and went to turn on my heater to keep the bunk warm, I was like, oh, this is not going to be good. I'm assuming that something got tripped, as far maybe a fuse blown, I don't know. But that when I got up in the morning and started my day, I put in messages since I was going to be going by the Madison Maverick Transportation Yard in Madison, Illinois. I went ahead and put in a request for maintenance on the truck at 12:30 because that's when I was going to be there to look at that. And also I had a marker light out, so which is not necessarily a big deal if you're driving during the day, but when nighttime comes, those things become necessary. So I got that fixed and the bunk heater fixed. So I ended up with I have 4 new batteries in addition to, and that's just the truck batteries. They tested the batteries for my EPU, and those are fine. So that night it got down to 10 degrees, but I have what I call my emergency sleeping bag that I pulled out and got inside that, and I stayed pretty warm. I did get up at 3 in the morning and start the truck for about 45 minutes to get the heat from the front to the back one time, and then I turned it off, and that was it. So yesterday I got the truck fixed, came up here to, I made it to right before Indianapolis, Indiana. I went to, and it was like 8:30 Eastern time, and I was like, man, and I was stopped at a Love's. I was getting fuel. I was going to park and get fuel in the morning, but there were no spaces. So I was like, okay, well, I'll fuel up and then drive over to the TA across the street and see what they got. And luckily the TA had a spot, and I parked there for the night. And my bunk heater kept me plenty warm. So now I've dropped off my steel, and now I've got this appointment tomorrow at 9:30. Let's see. Let's see if I can show what I've got going on. That's to another truck stop that I located. That's not what I wanted to do. I want to skip that. And it's going to recalculate and tell me how long it's going to take to get...
Proceed to the highlighted route.
Okay, well, tomorrow I will. And that's how it's saying I need to get there. So, when I came into this truck stop that I'm currently parked at, I don't think I can... That's telling me to... Yeah, that's not going to work. I'm going to end up going out this way. If anything, I will retrace my steps. Because when I came in, there was no entrance right here. You had to come around next to the railroad tracks, make another left-hand turn, and then proceed in, which I did. So I will basically follow my tracks back out. And with my appointment being at, as you can see, it's really close. It's right there. With my appointment being at 9:30, I will start my clock at 8:30, and hopefully they can load me. Because a lot of places allow you to show up an hour early to get loaded or unloaded. They have like they probably do it the other way too, an hour after, but I never am late, so I don't worry about that. So hopefully with the late start tomorrow, which will allow me to maximize my driving hours, because I think it's going to be about 8.5, 9 hours to get home, which shouldn't be a big deal, but if there's snow, it slows you down. With the late start in the day, hopefully traffic is lighter, because this is, Dearborn, Michigan, and if you watch the news, you know what that has to deal with. I won't talk about it on video, but anyway, there hopefully it will be less traffic congestion, because there's a light as I came around this corner right here. When I showed up, the train tracks were being utilized, but I couldn't turn left because the light was red, and there were cars all piled up. So when the light turned green and I could turn left, I didn't even have a chance to make my turn until it turned yellow. And there were some aggressive drivers. I don't think they were happy that I was attempting to make a turn, because the light finally turned green for me. But that made my turn, and it's just interesting to see people and their reactions in their little cars when trucks try to do things that trucks normally do that they may not be expecting. Anyway, that's it for today. It's kind of a interesting day. I'm in Michigan, but it is time to call it quits. I'll edit this video, eat some food that I have in my truck, drink some water I have in my truck. This building right in front of me, which looks like a distribution center, because they have places where trucks back up to. This industrial park this building there is the Oasis, and then everything else is businesses, like trucking businesses. So you can't, there's signs that tell you directly where you can park and where you can't park. And so, yeah, it's disappointing I'm having to pay for parking, but what can I do?